On April 15, 2019, the world watched as flames consumed the historic Notre Dame in Paris. For a moment, centuries of history felt lost, until people came together, proving that heritage can rise again. It became more than a restoration, it became a symbol. This year, on the International Day for Monuments and Sites, we reflect on the 2025 theme, Disaster and Conflict Resilient Heritage, which reminds us how fragile yet powerful our cultural heritage truly is. Heritage isn't just architecture, it is the soul of a community. From stone to story, it carries the wisdom of generations. But it faces growing threats, both natural and man-made, from earthquakes and floods to war and fire. This year's theme reminds us to act in time. It is a call to safeguard not only the monuments we cherish, but the stories, traditions, and communities they hold. In this call for action, the Venice Charter remains our ethical compass. It reminds us heritage is not just a monument. It is the alleys, the skyline, and the fields around it. And when we rebuild, we should not erase history. We use science and technology wisely, combining tradition with innovation. UNESCO supports heritage protection through key actions. Aligning with the Sendai framework, it promotes disaster risk reduction, including cultural heritage, by identifying weaknesses and strengthening systems. UNESCO also helps countries develop emergency plans and trains rapid response teams. At each heritage site, they recommend identifying risks, reinforcing structures, establishing protocols, and involving local communities, the true guardians of heritage. ECROM strengthens on-ground capacity through its 10-year risk management initiative, supporting both institutions and local communities. These principles are not just theory, they are tested on the ground. In 2001, an earthquake devastated Bhuj in Gujarat, India. Ancient temples were severely damaged, but the response was not just technical, it was human. Experts worked with local communities, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern methods. Restoration became a process of healing. In 2015, after the Nepal earthquake, over 700 heritage sites were damaged, highlighting the urgent need for disaster preparedness. In Bagan, Myanmar, over 400 temples were damaged in 2016. Restoration was careful, deliberate, and rooted in authenticity. Local expertise led the way, guided by UNESCO. Conflict has also taken a heavy toll. In Palmyra, in Aleppo, iconic heritage was reduced to rubble. But thanks to digital documentation, 3D scans, and satellite data, we now have precise records of what once stood. These tools are more than just records. They are blueprints for recovery. Moving forward, how do we ensure heritage survives? We can start by assessing risks. By using tools like 3D scanning and cloud-based archives to digitally preserve our heritage. We can create disaster response plans tailored to the unique needs of each site. And we must always involve local people, because a community that feels connected to its heritage will fight the hardest to protect it. Our monuments have survived centuries of change. But the challenges today, from climate disasters to conflicts, are more complex than ever. We can no longer afford to be reactive. We must be prepared. We must work together. And we must ensure the stories etched into our heritage remain standing. That future generations don't just remember them, they walk amongst them, learn from them, and are inspired from them. Let this be the legacy we leave. Not of what was lost, but of what was saved, because we cared enough to act in time.